There we go. So this is my first going live Facebook video. Uh, I'm hoping somebody joins me live. That would be sweet. But if not, I think the way this works is the video will still show up and you guys can watch it whenever. So I'm doing it live only because I have so many dolls to show you and accessories to show you and furniture and everything else. So I tried to get this lined up. I have 4 cats, and of course all of them are attempting to jump onto the table right now and mess with my live video. So let's see if we can get things set up here. Be patient. Let me see. I'll just grab one doll just so I can kind of see where we're at with focus and everything else. All right, so we'll start with the dolls. Maybe somebody can count how many dolls or keep track of how many dolls I have. So we'll start with this girl here. Again, some of these dolls aren't anything special, but I got them for about $1 a piece. Some of them are new in box, and of course my ring light goes off right as I'm going live. So let me see if I can get that going again. And of course it's giving me a hard time here, but it's so dark without it despite having all these other lights. All right, I can't get this thing to go. So maybe I can get my other lights going around it. I thought I had this all set up, but I guess this is what going live is about, right? Mistakes and stuff like that. Oh my goodness. So I'll move this out of the way. I'll try to get this focused. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. All right, so I don't know all these dolls' names. I just grabbed dolls because she was selling them for $1 a piece. Some of them are a little rough, but some have like full clothes on. So if you guys can be patient. It's not letting me zoom out. Hello, everybody. This is my first live. Be patient, and I'm a Gen X person, so be extra patient. But here's my first doll. I don't know what dress this is. I know she's a Millie face mold, but there's one doll. This is a second doll, and I got all these for $1 a piece. And I believe she is a made-to-move body. Again, some of these are in their regular clothes. Yep, made-to-move body. Sorry for the flash, everybody there. But she has a made-to-move body. She's in pretty good condition. These belong to, I think, like a 12-year-old girl who decided she was done with Barbies. So her mom said on Facebook Marketplace, and now I'm getting all of them. So here's a nice doll, made-to-move body. $1, right? Then I got this doll here. I may not have gotten every little accessory that came with it, but she has the full entire outfit on. And there she is. So I know this is one of those cutie reveal dolls, but I mean, she's almost in mint condition. And I got it for a whole $1. So, hello, MD Ralph. Hello. Here is another color reveal doll. Cutie reveal. Again, has the shoes. And if you hear that in the background, it's one of my cats going into my accessories for Barbie. Pull off the head. I mean, she still has her hair in a rubber band. Beautiful condition. All for $1. Can't beat that, right? So, doll number before. There will be some doll nudity here, so please, if you have a sensitive outlook to doll nudity. I don't know who this doll is, but I've never seen her before. She has freckles and pretty red hair. So here's another doll. Some of these are Disney dolls. All right, here is a Disney doll, but he had a unique face, and he has most of his original outfit. So, yeah, here we go. Another doll. I've seen this doll before. Again, she is in great shape. She still has her earrings. She's a curvy doll. Shoes, original dress, nothing's dirty on her. So again, keep in mind that I got all these dolls for $1 a piece. And even though I prefer vintage 80s, like 1976 is when I was born. So I like the late 70s. I like the 80s dolls. I stopped collecting in 89. I kept all mine from my childhood. But when you can get dolls for $1 a piece and they're almost in brand new condition, you got to do it, right? So there's another doll there. This guy here, I just recently bought him new in box because I loved his long hair. Now his hair, when he was new in box, had a lot of glue and product in it, but I paid quite a lot of money for just a basic playline body doll, but I loved his hair. So yeah, I got him for $1. I think these are his original shorts and shoes, different jacket, but I did see his tank top on another doll that I got today. Here is another doll. This is the boxer doll, and again, I'm not too familiar with all the new dolls, but I thought the boxer doll was a made-to-move body, but she has her shoes, her shorts, her boxing gloves, and her top, and she's in pretty decent shape. So again, $1, can't go wrong. Doll nudity coming up. Here is a Ken doll, rooted hair, semi made-to-move body, so more articulation than the basics. Hello, everybody that's still here. I'm trying to do this and say hi to everybody. I appreciate you showing up. I didn't think anybody would show up, but thanks for coming, everybody. And $1 for another Ken. I love Ken dolls or male dolls because I have so many female dolls that it's nice to get more of the men. So here's another doll. I'm assuming this is a Barbie. Could be a celebrity doll, her face makeup, or an offshoot of Mattel. Rings, bracelet, makeup is in good shape. She has some articulation, not 100% made to move, but more articulation. Her knees bend, ankles don't bend, but cute little outfit. Even some of these, if the dolls aren't that great, they have some cute outfits on. So another doll. This doll here still has her earrings in, and I think this is called a Model Muse body, and I believe that this outfit is from the dollar store because I picked up this outfit from the Dollar Tree once, but I couldn't find any dolls that really fitted except for this old clone Skipper doll I had. So here is another doll. This one here is something I was very surprised to find. A little bit dusty, and he's been on my wish list. But whenever I found him, it was just a little bit too expensive for me. But here, I got an Elvis doll for $1. Still has his outfit. I think and the stand came with him. But yeah, he's articulate at the elbows, not the wrist, head, waist, his knees bend, still has his shoes on and his socks. So to get an Elvis doll this condition for $1. Hello, Aaliyah. I'm doing my first live video of a Facebook marketplace, and these are all the Barbies that I got for about $1 a piece. So that's what we're doing. Thanks for joining me, Aaliyah. Another doll, Millie face. Nothing really special except for her knees bend and she has some articulation. I have a bajillion Millie face dolls, but maybe I could use her body swap for something like that. All right, I'll see ya. Bye, Leah. Thanks for joining me. I believe this is the doll that came with the Elvis doll. I believe when I see the Elvis, he's with a reproduction of probably like a 1959, 1960s doll, but she has her earrings, her necklace, the scarf, her hair's in a ponytail still, little sweater, poodle skirt. It says Barbie loves Elvis. She still has her socks, the rubber bands are kind of disintegrating. But I believe I have the other saddle shoe too that I thought I didn't have a match to. But little did I know it was on her. So I do have both shoes. So again, $1 for this doll and Elvis. Pretty good. Here is, I believe, maybe the 2000s Ken. I've seen him a lot before. Rooted hair. Don't know much about this outfit. He does have 2 pair of socks on, which is nice. Again, $1. Clean him up. He'll be good as new. Another Ken doll. No clothes. Molded hair. Basic playline body. But he's clean. Good shape. He'll be a nice addition to my male doll collection. Here is another female doll. Pretty face. I don't know all the face molds. Again, all of these, their hair can use a little zhuzhing. Playline body, no articulation really except for the 5 points of hips, shoulders, and neck. Little dirt on the face, but that can come off with a magic eraser. Another doll. Here is a male doll that I do not have. And I'm noticing that his nose has a little bit of a chip. Maybe I could use some light sandpaper to kind of try to round it. Little Ken rhinoplasty, right? Hair is two-toned. I don't know what his original outfit is. He seems like a playline. Just basic 5 points. But he does, besides the nose chip, I mean, he does have a nice face. So I don't have him yet in my male collection. So that's nice to get a male doll that I don't have. This doll is very, very interesting to me because she had tons of like Disney dolls and the Descendants dolls, and she had AOL and Bratz. And I don't recognize this doll, but her face is really unique because it's not like that. It's like a natural beauty, I felt. So I'm like, I got to get her. I don't know who she is. I don't know if this is some kind of Cinderella dress. There's little animals on it, or if this is even her dress. But she has a really pretty face. So if you know who this is or what doll this is, I love it because it's just so natural looking. But yeah, so in the comments, if you know who she is, let me know. Here we have another doll. Good shape. I don't have her yet. Really pretty face. Hair's a little messy. Basic points of articulation, play line. I think she's a curvy doll. Or maybe not. She just seems a little wider, but she doesn't seem as curvy as some of the curvies. But she's really pretty. Another doll. This, I believe, is one of the extra dolls. And again, look at her hair, still original. Earrings. I think this is most of her outfit. She has jewelry on and like rubber bands on still. Socks. I think the other boot is in my mismatch shoe pile that I went through. So, I mean, again, how much would you pay for a used doll with all these accessories still and outfits? I paid $1. So I'm like, yep, put them in the bag. Here is another, could be another extra doll. The hat is still T-tied to her head. Beautiful face, two-toned hair, all the accessories. Looks like the original outfit. Bracelets, shoes, stocking. She's curvy. But again, $1. So I can't complain about any of these. When I bought all these dolls, I was like, yeah, I can do this. $1 a piece. Chelsea, Kelly. I don't know the difference between Chelsea, Kelly, but she's one of the little kid dolls. She had all her stuff on and she was cute. So I said, why not? This is a Zoe from Five Below. But what's nice is she has articulation all over her body. And I've seen some people take like Chelsea dolls, their heads, and body swap them because the Chelsea dolls don't have this kind of articulation. So maybe that's what I'll do. I think I have Zoe, the influencer, but this is Zoe, the bike rider. I did see a little bike, but I'm not sure if I bought that or not, but still cute. Here is another Chelsea Kelly type doll. Not a fan of molded on bathing suits just because kind of limits the clothes you can put on these guys because it usually shows through sometimes. But I didn't have her, and I was like, I think she charged me 50 cents for the little ones actually. So wash her up. She'll be a cute little addition to the kids in my collection. Here is a beautiful doll that I've never seen before. Earrings are still in. Hair needs some attention. Model Muse body. This looks like the original outfit. Looks like it goes together. Still has her shoes on. Again, if you were to buy these, used on eBay with all these accessories and clean outfits and stuff, I bet you they'd be more than $1. So I made out, I feel. Ooh, this is the hearing aid Barbie. I didn't know she was in there, but she has both of her hearing aids still. Pretty face. I'm not sure if this is the original dress or not that she came in. Playline body. Missing a boot, but again, I have a collection of mismatched shoes that were on the bottom of the first box, and I think this boot is in there. So I'm glad to see that a lot of the shoes that I thought were mismatched and cool, I'm finding their matches. But yeah, this is pretty cool. Here's the hearing aid Barbie. So I'm excited about that. Another Playline doll. Beautiful face. Hair needs some attention. Probably the original dress. Playline body, 5 points of basic articulation. Has the shoes. I'm assuming these are the shoes that came with her. But yeah, beautiful doll. Great shape. Paid $1 for her. Can't go wrong. Now this doll, very cute, freckles. Looks like a young type of doll, so I'm not sure if this is like a skipper. She's looking up. At least the eyeballs give me that. Model Muse body. Her body looks like a younger mold. So I don't know if this is a skipper or one of Skipper's friends or not, but pretty cute. Now here is another young looking doll. Hair needs some attention, but the rubber bands are still in it. I'm assuming this is the original outfit, original shoes. I feel like there's Skipper, and there was a couple other Skipper face molds. So if you know who these little dolls are, feel free to put it in the comments, and I will definitely put this. I like to put tape on the back and label the year they were made and the names of these dolls if I can. But I'm going to have my work cut out because I have more than 100 dolls here. So let me know if you know any of these dolls. Alrighty, here is an Asian face mold doll that looks familiar. I think this might be the violin doll maybe, or she has the same face mold as the violin. Love it. Dark hair, pretty face. Could be the original outfit if it's the violinist, it's not, but still a cute outfit. No shoes. Basic 5 point. Can't go wrong for $1. All right, here is another Ken doll. I don't recognize his face. I don't have him. Basic articulation. Again, I love the Ken dolls, which I don't have because I feel I have more females than males, but cute. Needs a little soap. Here is another little one. Still has the crown, tea-tied, great shape, little skirt, bathing suit, and she has her little sandals, which are adorable. I think I paid 50 cents for these dolls. This one looks a little different. Not sure if it's Mattel or just an older Chelsea type doll. Cute little rain boots. Oh my goodness, I can't even with this doll. Looks like her little ponytail got ripped out, but I think she looks cute rocking the little pixie cut here, or maybe some momager. Let me talk to the manager cut, but I'll go with the pixie cut because she's too young for that Karen stuff. Here is another little doll here. Again, molded hair, so I'm not sure if this is another type of Chelsea Kelly type doll from just a different era or what. Comment below if you know any of these dolls' names because I don't recognize any of them. Here is, ooh, she's really pretty. I don't have this doll, and she looks like she's made to move because I see the upper elbow, and she has the chest rotation, articulation at the feet and the knees. Not sure if this is her original outfit, but it's a denim skirt, little spring top here. Really pretty face. There's something on her forehead. Not sure if that's, oh yeah, it's scraping off. So yeah, a little soap and water. Pretty hair and a nice little bun. I love this doll. Again, if you know any of these dolls by their name, let me know. All right, now this one, very pretty. Different color hair, earrings. Now, I don't know about all these dolls. I think I got another doll that had a shirt that was similar with something on it. Now, I don't know if that's how it came or if the little girl who owned this decided to get a little rebellious, but it's a cute little top, pretty face, no articulation except for the basic 5 points, but I don't have her in my collection, so that's good. And I'm almost to the bottom of the first bag here. So here is another doll. Nice brown eyes, blonde hair. When I was younger, I had really blonde hair and green eyes. And I always thought that people that had blonde hair and brown eyes, like natural blonde hair and brown eyes, thought that was the best thing ever. But basic play line here. Pretty face, little soap and water. She'll be good to go. And then here is a doll I'll need help with. Definitely not a Ken doll, but I just thought he was very different looking. He has a crown with a rubber band on him. Full outfit. It's very, very, like, almost mint condition here. Check out these shoes, right? So if you know who this guy is, pop it in the comments where he's from. I don't know if he's Disney or what, but I picked him up. I usually don't go for dolls that aren't, you know, Ken and Barbie, but this guy just looked kind of neat. Had to get him just for the outfit. So let me know if you know who he is. All right, so that was the first bag of dolls. I filled this whole bag up with those dolls. I'm going to continue on with the dolls, so let me just grab some more. All right, so here we go. This is still from the same haul, same person. This is all from last week. Check this girl out. Beautiful hair, earrings, accessories, necklace. Looks like it has the original outfit. It's in pristine condition, no stains. She has bendable knees. I don't think this is a made to move. It's hard to see. because she has a rubber band around her chest. I can't see her arms to see if she has the rotation, but she has more than the basic 5 points of articulation anyways. Hair still original, beautiful. Again, I paid $1 for her. If you went to eBay, besides shipping, she got her 4-finger rings on, her bracelets, and you got her in this condition with all this stuff, you'd pay more than $1. So I'm still making out, I feel. Another Skipper doll, probably from the 90s or maybe 2000. I never saw a Skipper doll with this kind of articulation in the waist. Knees bend, foot bends. Do they make made-to-move bodies for Skippers? I guess so. So this would be probably the equivalent of a made-to-move body for Skipper dolls. But she's cool. She's cute. Pretty good condition. Again, if you know any of these dolls, hey, Rachel, thanks for joining me. Now, this doll looks a little different than Barbie. Just from the face, the arms, the body seems a little bit slender, different style than Barbie. Rubber, bend and snap knees. Feet look a little different than regular Barbies. But again, if it's past 1989, I do not know most of these Barbies. So if you know who she is, if she's a celebrity doll, Disney, or some other offshoot of Mattel, drop a line in the comments. Let me know. Thanks. I appreciate that. I think I got 2 old style Barbie dolls, the superstar Barbie bodies, as you would call them. Bend and snap knees, because I have a couple of Barbie heads from the 80s. Neck is broken, but I've watched enough videos to see how to fix that. So hopefully I can use her, a little bit of paint here. Hopefully I can get that off. Let's get scraping off. So I got a couple painted nails. I didn't notice that. Ring. Maybe that'll help me identify. Ooh, another ring. All right, so maybe this will help me identify who the body was originally. But yeah, I have heads from my childhood collection, but no body, which is really good to my childhood collection. Looks like a Prince doll to me. Definitely Mattel Barbie, because I've seen this face mold, like I think in the 2000s. No boots, but he has kind of like this Prince kind of, he's a little loose, but he has articulation in the hips and the elbows, not in the hands, but still pretty cool. I don't have him in my collection yet. Here is another doll. Crown still tea-tied. Jewelry still on the neck. She has the wand in her hand still. So some kind of fairy or princess doll. Shoes are still on her. And she has bendable knees, some articulation in the wrists and elbows. Not a true made to move, but more articulation than a basic body. If you know who she is, comment. I'd love to identify these bodies if I can. Another Millie face. Sometimes you just get tired of the Millie face. But again, it's like a made to move body. She has shorts on. I can feel the line, so this is a true made-to-move body. Millie face, cute little jumpsuit on, and she has her little, looks like a little slip-on Van type of sneakers. So that's cool. But another one. Here is one of the heads. Now, I don't know if the little girl that had her did her own rainbow hair dye. Looks kind of cool. She has red lips and brown eyes, pink lips. So she might get one of the bodies that I just purchased for the body. Now this doll, I've heard of these dolls. I've seen people do reviews on them, but I never saw one in real life. And I was like, ooh, who is this? And then I turned it over. It said Wild Hearts Crew. So I don't know if Wild Hearts is part of Barbie, Mattel actually, but very unique, pretty face. Still had all her outfit parts on there, except for the shoes, but very cool. And I said, I may never see another Wild Hearts doll ever come into my possession, so I got her for sure. Now this doll, I love her face, love the outfit because it says I'm hot. Now again, I don't know if that's how she came, or if the little girl just decided to do her own rebellious styling. She has these Asian print underpants on, curvy doll. Kind of rocking this look though, if you look at her. Beautiful face, curvy, love it. Let me know if you know who she is. Here is a doll, very good conditions. Crown, still tea-tied, full outfit. Looks like the little accessories are still on him. He has elbow articulation, waist, knees, missing shoes, but because he has his outfit, he should be easy to identify. 2000s face mold, I think. Then we have this girl here. Not sure who she is, but really pretty. Two-toned hair, model muse body, basic articulation, 5 points, but she has these cute little yoga pants on and a cute little striped mock turtleneck t-shirt that's cropped. Very cute, worth the $1. Now I think I have 4 of these, and I think these were sold maybe at Five Below, maybe not. I think these are, here we go, BTS dolls? K-pop, I know they're K-pop. Again, I'm Gen X, I don't have children, so I'm really proud that I knew it was K-pop, but very cute face, two-toned hair, a lot of product, very cool outfit. But I believe these were sold at Five Below. Still has his sneakers. No ankle. Is it ankle? Yep. It has ankle articulation, knees, wrist, elbow. So pretty good for $1. Here's another doll. Beautiful face. Interesting hair with this skin tone. Very unique. I like it. She has her fanny pouch on. I think this is her original outfit. It's in great condition. Still has boots on. Basic playline body, 5 points of articulation. But I think she's really pretty, and I like adding new dolls to my collection. This Barbie has, she reminds me of an older style face, which I like, 90s face. But I don't think she is from the 90s. Earrings, hair, still in good condition. Model muse body, and I don't know when they came out with it, but she has bend and snap knees. I don't see too many model muse bodies with bend and snap knees, so. But she has a cute little dress on. If you know who they are, drop a line in the comments and the time. And then we have this doll. Now she has very dark lips. Giving me 2000s vibe with her shoes and her skirt and her stripe across her top. Some kind of chain on here. Interesting. I remember there was a nail polish doll that I saw that had dark lips. So I don't know if that was in that kind of era of dolls. But I think she had a purple dress on, a nail polish doll. But still very cute. Interesting. You don't see too many Barbies with the light skin and the dark lips, so I picked her up. Here is another one of the K-pop dolls. These suits are really high quality. Full articulation, wrist, elbows, legs, knees, ankles. Has all the accessories to him, like his shoes and jacket. I'm always complaining that I never see enough Asian male dolls, first of all. And I don't see a whole lot of like Guyanese styled face molds. Like if somebody was Indian from like the country of India, or Guyanese or Trinidad. I have a lot of students that have this look that's very beautiful, and I never see dolls that kind of capture that aesthetic. So I'd like to see more Guyanese, Indian, Asian male dolls and female dolls. So Just my little rant. Here's another curvy doll. Beautiful face, light caramel hair. Sunglasses still tea-tied. Cute little baby doll dress. Curvy doll. No shoes, but in really good shape. So I'm glad I got her for $1. And then I think she charged me maybe $5 for this doll because she was semi still in box. But I mean, she's beautiful. Victorian kind of look to her. Beautiful face, dark hair, a lot of details, buttons, beautiful dress. Still has her shoes on. Look at those, period, kind of specific. So she was $5 and I did pay $5 for her. Let me get this cord out of there. But yeah, $5 for her. I'm not sure who she is. There may be a certificate of warranty back there, but I'll have to look her up later. All right, so I believe those were all the dolls from my first time last Sunday going. And I believe I had like 54, 55 dolls. So that was about 55 dolls right there. Now today I went back and because she said she found more dolls of her daughters in the basement and play sets and clothes. So I said, yeah, I'll go back and take a look because she was still doing them for $1. So here is the second batch, and I believe I bought 35 dolls today. So yeah, so already we're close to 90 dolls. So this was another doll from last week. No head. I have some heads. I'm always looking for bodies because I have a couple of loose heads. So this is from last week. Now let's get into the dolls from this week. And like I said, I believe I have got 35 dolls this week. So here is the dolls from this week. Playline body, model muse. It says rainbow, so this might be a rainbow high shirt. Some kind of dress and underwear, jeans. And she has these little pink ankle boots on. Very cute. $1 for this doll and this outfit, so totally worth it for me. Here is another Barbie playline, basic articulation, cute little dress, has little shoes on with tassels in the back. Again, $1, so I'm not complaining. Little soap and water. Here is another K-pop doll. Like I said, I think I have all 4 of them. I think these were from Five Below. Pretty high quality suit and stuff for $5, you know. Articulation, wrist, elbows, knees, ankles. Has the shoes on still. $1. Can't go wrong. Here is another doll. Cute outfits, very 70s hippies vibe to me. Made to move body. And these boots, come on. These boots alone are probably worth a couple dollars if you bought them separately. So I got a made to move body, a doll, and the original outfit with all these accessories. So love her. Here is another basic playline doll. Hair is interesting. Not sure if the daughter cut the hair herself or this was the new, supposed to be like a wolf cut. Interesting top with the fringe. No shoes. Basic playline. 5 points of articulation. A little dirty. Soap and water will go a long way with this one. Alrighty, another Ken. Darker complexion, molded hair, 5 points of articulation, basic movement. Outfit seems to go together. It's giving me a little bit of Alan vibes from the movie. And he has on this sandal, and I believe the other sandal is in the box that I saw today because I was bummed that I didn't see the other sandal, but it's on him. So pretty cool that I got the other shoe. All right, this style I know is from the new Little Mermaid, the Ariel with, is it Haley Bailey? Not sure if this is her dress. Does have little sandals on, like peasant style sandals. Very cute, very beautiful face, very cool hair. Again, $1. Can't complain. Now, I think this could be a Skipper doll. I watched the Life in the Dream House series, and there is a dark-haired Skipper or a little sister that isn't Barbie herself, so this might be her. Very cool, cute little outfit. Looks like a teenage type doll. Let's see, here is another Playline Barbie. Still has the T-ties and plastic on this. Original outfit, Model Muse body, basic 5 points. Still has the platform sneakers. Very cute. And well worth $1. All right, here it looks like another Barbie extra doll. Very long hair, darker complexion doll. Not made to move, but more articulation than the regular 5 points. Still has some of her jewelry. Has the platform heels. Not sure if this was her part of her original outfit, but again, hair is in factory set condition. Well worth $1 to me. All right, so here is, I don't know if this is a Millie face mold. Trying to get my camera to focus. Necklace. Now, this reminds me of the Totally Hair Barbie. So I'm wondering if this is the Totally Hair inspired newer Barbie that has come out. But pretty cute, different face. Needs a little hair love, but all the accessories are there. 5 points of articulation. Very cool, $1. Here is the last K-pop. I think it's BTS. So now I have all 4 of these guys. Again, I believe these were sold at Five Below for $5 a piece. The articulation has the wrist, the elbows, the shoulder, the knees bend, the ankles bend, and he has all his accessories and outfits on. So I'm in love getting these 4 Asian faced dolls because they don't make enough of these guys. I'd like to see more Asian, India inspired looking dolls, Guyanese facial structure dolls. And I know people say, well, the brown dolls, you can just make them Guyanese. I'm like, well, I mean, I guess I could, but their face mold doesn't look like Guyanese. So let's get some face molds out there, Mattel, that look like Guyanese, Trinidad, India, right? Let's get those going, Mattel. Here is another doll. Pretty face, no clothes, green eyes, dark lips, basic 5 points, articulation. Again, $1. Can't complain. All right, here is another doll. A nice face mold, dark hair, skin tone a little bit darker. Looks like the original outfit, perhaps. No shoes, Model Muse, basic articulation. Not bad for $1. Here is, I feel, maybe another Skipper type doll. Her body looks a little bit less mature than the adult dolls. Model Muse, little tiny freckles on her face, blonde hair, very cute. So some form of Skipper or teen doll. All right, we have another doll here. Still has both the earrings in. She has possibly the original outfit with the little button, no shoes, bend and snap legs, but basic arms. Very, very pretty. Hair could use some love, but all these dolls have probably been in a bag for a while. Getting down to the bottom of the bag from today. So, interesting doll. I don't have her face. She has some blonde highlights, brown eyes, pink lips, Voted t-shirt on, jeans with a printed on belt, shoes look like they're original to her, crop, you know, faded. Don't know if this is a teenage. Yeah, her body looks like it's like a teenage mold. So some kind of teenage doll, babysitter doll maybe. Oh, I thought I was getting to the bottom, but there's tons in here left. All right, so here is soccer player doll, number 10. I have the doll that looks a little bit darker in the green and yellow, soccer, but he has his cleats on and his high socks, his shorts. So it was nice to get the second soccer doll. Another, I believe this is a Millie face. I have a bunch of her. Trying to get it to focus. Not happening. There we go. Basic play line, bend and snap knees, straight arms. Looks like she has some pink in her hair. Not sure if that's how she came or if the little girl that owned her got creative, but pretty all the same. Here is the new Ariel. Hallie Bailey. Still has rubber bands and the braids in her hair, molded on body, mermaid tail. Not too into the mermaid dolls, but I do like her face and head. So maybe I could use the head and do a body swap and put her on one of the bodies that are made to move or at least have legs. So very pretty doll. $1 for her. Here is another Barbie. Basic playline, model muse, interesting makeup, or I think she's a makeup artist because she comes with a brush still attached to her. She has a makeup palette. She has a printed on, like brush belt on, leopard, black little skirt, and some platform open-heeled sneakers. Very cute if you know their names or numbers. Shout them out in the comments. All right, here's another male doll. Here's the tank top of that one with the blonde, long hair doll. Basic body, black pants, tank top, cute face, another male for my collection. And the doll bag is getting stuck. Oh, is this a 5th BTS? I thought there's only 4. Just when you thought it was done, a 5th BTS doll comes out. Hoodie, blonde hair, more than 5 parts of articulation, knees, ankles, got his sneakers on still. Nice outfit, face, hair looking great. Pretty cool. I didn't know there was 5 of them. Now, this is an old-time Skipper, so I always like to see her. Face, not gonna lie, looks a little odd, little squished, but this was one of the faces that people always make fun of Skipper from the late 80s, 90s. She looks like she has kind of a clown outfit on. I don't know. Sneaks. Oh, pants are rolled up, so this might have been for a Barbie, but old-time Skipper from maybe the 90s. And we have this face again. I'm not sure if it's the Millie face, but that's what I've been calling it. Necklace, outfit, no shoes, bend and snap knees, 5 points. Hair looks like it's still in factory set mode. Some product in there. Not bad for $1. Here we got another doll. Very pretty face. I love the faces and hair when they're different than the blonde blue eyes. Looks like hazel or green eyes. Red hair. Cute little shift dress on. Model Muse body. 5 points of articulation. Cute. Again, hair love, but that's easy. Curvy doll here. Very cute face. Looks like it's like a ash blonde and pink. Still has her earrings. Really cute face. Cute little jumper on. Short sleeve. Curvy body. 5 points of articulation. Very pretty face. I don't have her yet. I like it. Then we have this darling right here. Don't have any dolls with hair like this. Darker complexion, very pretty face. The mint looks great on her skin tone. Jeans, basic playline articulation here. Don't think this is probably the original outfit, but very cute, very original. She's new to my collection. And I'm starting to get, I still got 3-4 more dolls. This bag seems never ending. All right, here's a doll. Shorter haircut. Not sure if the girl who owned it did it or she came like that. Cute face. 59 star. One-piece dress. Interesting sneakers. Looks like molded socks or mid-tops with the pink. Again, for $1. Not bad. Here is a pretty face brunette doll. Cute little outfit on with hearts and mesh. Love the silver shoes. Hair, love, need it, but still cute. $1. And let's see who else is down here. Ooh, this girl, definitely. Missing a boot. I don't think I had this boot in last week's, but this week's bag has a bunch of accessories. Cute little t-shirt, dress, good vibes. Has the necklace and rubber band on. Great shape, pretty face, curly hair, two-toned. Again, for $1, worth it, right? And then I think I have my last doll in here. Not a Barbie. I'm wondering if she is a WWE because she looks very athletic. Pretty face, pretty pink hair, balloon top. But articulation, bigger feet, more muscular, rounded shoulders. But I thought she was interesting, so I said, sure, let's put her in the bag. And I got her. So that is all for the Barbies from this haul. This was a 2-week Facebook Marketplace haul that I went to this lady's house 2 different times, last Sunday, this Sunday. Those are just the dolls. So I believe I got about 90 or so dolls that I just showed you, all for $1. Well worth it. So I think I'm going to stop the video because we're at 54 minutes now. And then I will do probably another live video because I have so much to show you from these hauls. I still have a bin, and I'll try to pan over to that bin here. But that bin on the floor are all the free dolls that I got from Elise a couple weeks ago. So I'll probably do a live video going through all of that. So over $100, close to 100 today. Definitely, if I did that, it'd definitely be $100. Maybe with the Chelseas, there are $100. So I didn't lie in my video. But thanks for joining me. It was my first live. Got a couple of comments. I think I peaked at 15 viewers, which people may say is pretty bad. But I don't do this for the viewers and all the subscribers. It's nice to get them, but I like doing this, and I want to share with you. Catch this another time. when I go through all the other stuff. If you're looking, I have this bin to go through. I have that bag of clothes, I have a box, and I have tons and tons of little accessories that I pulled out of last week's bag. Tons and tons of accessories in this bag. Some stuff's new in box. So stay tuned. Those are mismatched shoes I think I found the matches of. All right. So thank you, Zaria. Thank you for popping in at the last minute. All right. I'm about to end this video because it's almost at an hour. I will do another live soon. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share all the stuff. Here's some of the Barbies. Here's the trash bag. Here's the pile of other Barbies that I all went through today. So check out this video if you missed it live. And like it. Let me know what you think. Suggestions. Remember, be kind. I'm Gen X. This is my first live stream. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me. I will see you guys later. Bye, everybody.